Hey there, this is James Morgan, Ghost Jazz Trio, and it's Sunday. I've been doing these video logs on Saturdays. Yesterday I had quite a busy day, so I wasn't able to. But I hope everyone's doing great. You can see I'm here in my music room. I've been doing some videos on the music business and the fact that everything is online now and how to approach it. And some of it involves some philosophy, some of it involves putting certain strategies into place, implementing certain tasks on a daily basis, and all that. And just like life, you have to start somewhere. So if you watch any of the previous videos, you're welcome to. I do talk about figuring out where you are now in your music career or in life, and what you want to do from this point forward. So where do you want to be uh, at this as your starting point, and where do you want your ultimate goal to be for now? Because those will always change. And again, just like life, you have to empower yourself and kind of let go of all the fear and doubt and noise you hear in your head that people are telling you, and especially what's going on in the world today on television and wars going on everywhere, the economy and the COVID and all this stuff that's bombarding you. You have to kind of block it out of the way, and because it's going to be there anyway. So if you dwell in it, you're just holding yourself back from the success that you may want as a musician or any business you really truly want to get into. I did want to let you know I do have been doing some coaching. I got some contact from messages from different people that have watched the video, and I'm actually doing some one-on-one coaching, helping some musicians, some that have been in business a while, but they're kind of stuck at a plateau and not sure which direction they want to go. So I'm helping them figure that out, and then putting together an action plan to move forward with to get them where they want to go. So, if anyone out there sees this and they're find themselves in the same place, we can move forward. You can go to my website that I have. I'll show you right here. Let's see, musician blueprint to success.com. Musician blueprint success to success.com, and has 3 modules that you start with that are kind of the basic things you'd want to start with. And then after the 3 that you've done that you need to do, everyone needs to do, even in life, we do a one-on-one coaching. I find out exactly where you are, help tailor it to where you are now, where you want to go, put together an action plan or a growth plan, and that I hold you accountable to. You'll have tasks to do on a daily basis. And I know sometimes things can seem, big when you look at the big picture, but you really have to, especially when you have a lot of things going on in life with work and family and paying bills and health issues and whatever. It's just like anything. What you can do is you can parcel it out. If you say you want to start working out, well, you don't want to start doing 3 hours a day, because after a few days you're probably going to stop. Do 3 push-ups a day for the first week. But basically you want to get that muscle going in your life where you're actually doing something on a scheduled, regular basis. Say, for instance, you want to take vitamins, and you forget, oh, I don't know if I took them, when am I going to take them? You can do what are called stacking. Say you brush your teeth every night before you go to bed. You just tell yourself you're going to take your vitamins when you brush your teeth. So basically, you stack the vitamins on the brushing your teeth. After about a week or 2 of that, you're never going to forget again. So it's really taking action. And I'm going to cover a few things. I made some notes so I don't ramble on too much, different directions. But referring to my website again, that you can go to, and just a little bit about me, just to qualify it. For many years, I've been playing music for over 40 years, and I currently have a band called the Ghost Jazz Trio. And basically, it's just like anyone. Say Tony Robbins, for instance. Since he was 17 years old, he's been motivating people and doing things for people. In fact, I worked with him not a few years ago, but maybe 5 years ago, with Business Breakthrough International, which is a branch of his global empire, helping Fortune 1000, Fortune 500 new startups double their revenue in 12 months. So I was coached by him and trained, and then I would help businesses. So just like Tony Robbins, he's made all the trial and error. He's made mistakes, and all those things where he's looked at. A lot of times we look at mistakes or failures, as we call them, and they don't have to be failures. They could be lessons that you learned or a blessing that you got so you could see something else. And so really, what I was going to say is that the Ghost Jazz Trio, which I started in 2017, it's now 2022, within a short few years, and then came out with the first album in 2020. The 2020 album and the 2021 album were both nominated for Best Jazz Album of the Year. And the second album had a single that was on the number one on the jazz charts. So I've developed a proven method through trial and error through the years, and finally honed it to where I'm using it myself to get myself success, where now I have a nice passive income coming from them online, from royalties and other things that I teach in the program that I offer to get money coming your way. And then, of course, if you're a working musician, how to get more work as a side musician or a performance musician or a band without the stress of trying to get clients, stressing about it. There's so many strategic things that you can do to do that. So basically, my background with Tony Robbins, and also as a musician and a working musician, professional musician, I've condensed what could take someone that maybe it's on a plateau stuck, or if you want to turn a hobby into a profession, or you're a professional and you just don't know which direction to go. I can condense what would take you years to do, which took me years to do, into just a few weeks or months. So get you on that fast track, and then once you're up and going, you just start doing it yourself. So basically, I help aspiring musicians take their hobby or part-time paid performance work and turn it into a full-time career. And if that's what you want, I can do that for you. So again, go to the website, Musician Blueprint to Success.com. You can fill out the form to submit. We do a free one-on-one consultation. I can help you put some things together. For instance, only 1 in 20 musicians has an actual plan of action to get to where they want to go. And I help you do that. And those that do have a plan have 77% more success than those that don't. And those that have a coach or a training path, a path that leads them that way, have 400% more success than those that don't. So it's just there waiting for you to make a decision. And decision making is what separates leaders from followers, doers from failures. Okay? So if you want to be successful with your music, you just have to make the decision. And it has to be made from a place of high energy, positivity, and not what's wrong, because what's wrong is always going to be there. Fear, doubt is always going to be there. But positive and what you want is always going to be there too. So it's a matter of what you want to focus on. It's if you liken it to, for instance, like cars. I remember once at a racetrack, I went to a place where they teach you how to get out of spins in a car in case you're getting in an accident and your car's spinning. Well, you get in, they strap you in, helmet, harness you in, and the instructor sits on the passenger side, you're on the driver's side, and he has a couple of buttons under his seat, and he can push those buttons, and lift one wheel, any one wheel he wants to make the car spin. And there's a wall there, but it's a wall that if you hit it, you're not going to obviously die, but it's not going to feel good. So when you're going towards that, he'll pull the trigger and the car starts spinning. And what the first thing you do is you start looking away, you start looking at the wall because, oh my God, I don't want to hit the wall. It's like skiing. People see a tree, they're going to hit the tree because they're looking at it. You're going to go the direction you're looking at. So if you're sitting in that car and he pulls that button, all of a sudden I'm looking at that wall and he's pushing my head this way. Boom, hit the wall because I'm looking at it. Do it again. Boom, hit the wall. I'm looking at it. Third time he pushes my head. I'm fighting it and I'm fighting because I don't want to see that wall. I don't want to hit. And then I look that way and I miss the wall. Why? Because my focus was away from the wall. Wherever you focus in life is the direction you will go. So again, you just have to kind of separate yourself from thinking that you can achieve something. You have to look at the direction of what you want and always focus on that. Keep that momentum going. So now you want to create a passive income. You also have, it's going to take work too. What I teach and what I coach you at takes a lot of work on your part. But again, you're going to be saving years of trial and error by basically having somebody kind of show you the path and guide you through it in a logical way that's articulated in a way that you and tailored to you in a way that you can do it and feel good about it. And once you start doing it, it's just that muscle memory, right? Once you start doing something and taking action every day, pretty soon that muscle gets used more. You start making more decisions. The decisions come faster. Now, the thing is with decisions, a lot of people are afraid to make decisions because you have to think of the brain. It's 2 million years old. So it's basically its job is to survive, to help you survive. It doesn't care if you feel good or if you're going to be successful. It just wants to survive, right? So you have to get out of that mind and elevate yourself above it. And you have to tell yourself you want more than just to survive, because decision making is the most important thing. Again, it separates success from failure. And the more decisions you make on a daily basis, it just makes it stronger. So what happens is with us as human beings, we want all the information first before we make a decision. Oh, I need to know this. I want to know this. I want to know that. When you're in your head, you're dead. So you want to get out of your head and make your decisions from a place that's got more energy, that has more passion, is excited. You don't have to have all the information to make a decision. You just have to make the decision. And most people don't make a decision in their life. It could be about anything, health, their diet, whatever it is. Now, there was a general years ago, Arnold Schwarzkopf, I think his name was, Schwarzkopf. I think they call him Norman Schwarzkopf. I think they call him Stormin Norman. For those of you that are older, probably remember. He was back when the first W. Bush was president, and he was known for being a great leader. Well, there's a story about him where he had two factions of the Pentagon have been trying to make a decision for almost 7 years based on what the Army needs to do moving forward as a whole, and also in regards to conflicts that were going on around the world. So he had an aide, and he had the aide gather all this information. The aide had to read like binders, like 20 binders this thick full of material, condense it all, put it together in a packet of one of the factions and give it to Storm Norman Schwarzkopf so that he could go through it, make a decision, because they were going to both pitch him. And I think they were like 3-star generals that were coming to him. And they came and so anyway, I guess the date was moved up and they were going to have the meeting. And so the aide who had put together all the material barely had time to put it together, but really didn't have time for Norman Schwarzkopf to read it. and they were having this meeting. So he was like, how is he going to make a decision? He hasn't even read it. So anyway, they're in the room. The one part of the Pentagon made their presentation, a lot of passion, said what they need to say. The other one said it, number two, which is the one that he was working on. And Schwarzkopf just said, let's go with number two. And the aide was like, what? He knew he didn't have time to read it, so on and so forth. So after everyone left the room, he said to General, permission to speak. He said, at ease, yes, what's on your mind? General, I know you didn't have time to read all this. How could you make a decision based on you didn't have all the information? He said, because when you're put in charge, I think there's a saying. I'm trying to. I think I wrote it down. Anyway, it's about when you make a change. When you're put in charge, take command. So he knew a decision needed to be made, and the aide said, "Why did you make that decision? You didn't have all the information." He said, "Because I'm put in charge, and I needed to make a decision." And they're both intelligent parts of the Pentagon. They both have, it wasn't like one dummy against a smart person. They're both, doing what they're supposed to do. So I picked one because the decision hadn't been made in 7 years. It needed to be made so we can move forward. If it ends up being the wrong decision, then we go with the other plan. And that's basically what it is. It's really life and also this program. And if you want to get yourself to the next level as a musician, you have to make the decision to do it, to take action. Information or knowledge with I think I wrote it down here. Let me find that. I wrote this down so I would remember. Here it is. Don't let learning lead to knowledge. You'll become a fool. Let your learning lead to action, and you'll become successful and even wealthy. So basically, knowledge isn't power. Knowledge is potential power. It's only valuable if you take action and execute correctly the knowledge that you have. So if you go to my website and you decide to have me coach you, basically you're going to take the knowledge that you learn and you're going to also be shown how to execute it in a way that it empowers you and gets results. It's great to know things. It's great to dream, but dreams, there are possibilities that'll never happen. Things only happen when you take action, and action is the key to everything. Going on a diet, working out, just have to take that first step. And from day one of the modules on the website, from day one you can start implementing the tools and the tasks to get things going. So if you do a little bit every day and follow the growth plan for you, that's going to be tailored to you. If you continue past the 3 modules with me, you'll be able to get to where you want to get, and you'll empower yourself because you'll have a knowing of where you want to go and how to get there. Right now, if you're watching this, you may be thinking, where am I going to start? And if you're watching the other videos, you have to be honest with yourself where you are now, where you want to go. And life is about getting from point A to point B, always moving forward, right? So basically you want to establish your goals, and you want to formulate your plan according to what you want. Everybody wants something different. Somebody may want to be a performance musician or have a band. They want to get more work, weddings and events. Or you're a side musician. You want to play with more marquee names and get yourself out there so you get more work. You may want to sell your music online or get your music streaming online, or do weddings, or you want to teach, you want to give lessons, or you want to learn how to read music. There's so many different aspects. So once you decide what you want to do, then you have it narrowed down, and I show you how to do that through some things that you fill out to help you get it from a big bucket to a small dot. When you have that small dot, you focus on that dot, and that's your thing that you feed every day, and you feed it by making decisions on it every day. Even if you don't have all the information, you're just going to make a decision. It doesn't matter if it turns out good or bad. There's no such thing as good or bad. That's all in your head. There's no such thing as failure. Everyone can look at things differently. When they lose a job, oh, I lost my job. What am I going to do? Or some could say, hey, thank God I'm out of there. Now I want to do what I really want to do, or I'm going to do something else. You have to. It's all how you perceive everything. So basically, in the course, I'll be teaching what you need to know about marketing yourself. Once you define where you are and then where you want to go, and then you complete the first 3 modules to create that presence online for yourself, so you have some credibility. So you actually have a story to tell. For instance, my story is I started Ghost Jazz Trio in 2017. Played small clubs, sometimes very little money. Decided to record during the pandemic because there was people accessible to me that weren't normally, and I took that action and did it during a time when a lot of people weren't doing anything. Plus, it was slow at that time in the music going out there, so it was quieter. So I was able to get my foot in the door instead of all the busyness that's coming in. I would just be lost in the crowd. So I took that leap, and I invested money and time and work, and you need to do that. You have to invest in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you have to do it. You have to invest the time, the money, the effort, upgrade your equipment, do everything you need to do to get that brass ring that you're waiting to get. So basically, I show you how to do that, and in sales, and basically the quality of your life, wherever it is in your music career or in life, is a result of the actions you take. And if you don't take any actions, then where are you? You're not moving forward. So you have to take action every day. It's a little thing. And again, don't let your learning lead to knowledge and become a fool. Let your learning lead to action and become successful. And again, knowledge is not power. It's only potential power. And people fail because they fail to take action. And that's always been true. And all action is fathered by a decision. Again, decision making is very important. New results come from new actions. Decision making is the difference between being a leader and being a follower. And if you're pushing forward on your goal and you're working on your plan, you're being a leader. It doesn't matter when anyone else thinks. You may run into some roadblocks. It still doesn't matter. You're just going to keep going. And that's what it's all about. And the key to success with any goal is the ability to make a decision without all the information. And basically within these modules, you'll learn how to do that. I help you you have to have a certain mindset. You can't teach anybody anything, and you can't show anybody anything until they're in the right mindset to absorb it and immerse in it. I believe in immersing in what I call immersion teaching, because that way, once you have the mindset, you can view everything from that perspective, rather than, oh, I'm feeling this one day and this, you tell yourself, okay, every Friday at 5 o'clock, I'm going to make a decision about my music, about what I'm going to do. And you just start doing it. Eventually you do it more. So, the problem is we don't want to make the wrong decisions, and because we want all the information. And that's not, you don't need to have all the information, as I demonstrated with a story. You have to focus on the positive. Focus on, there's always going to be what's right and what's wrong out there that can go wrong or go right. It's whatever you want to focus on. Focus on what can go right, what you can achieve by doing this action or this task according to the plan that you have laid out for your career. we all possess certain gifts, not just music, but, a lot of things that we can develop to that are, especially in this day and age with technology, that you can market to help people. Say, for instance, you got divorced, and there's a lot of people out there, say you're a woman and you got divorced, or a man, and you went through all this stuff, and then you can actually do a service by creating a website and then going out there and saying, you know what, tell your story. I went through this, I went through that. And or menopause for women. Oh, I was moody, sweating at night. It was nice to my husband, but the whole time I want to throw him off the the balcony. How to overcome that? So when you teach women how to be prepared for menopause, or you teach people how to be prepared for whatever divorce. Okay, this happens, and this happens with the kids, and this and that, but because you've gone through it. So we've all gone through something. We all have gifts. So you just have to find out what it is. Music, in my case, and other things, and then you can develop that and offer it to people. And you're doing a service to people, which is great. So you want to focus on what's right in that, and success. You always want to surround yourself again with coaches and people, even professional musicians, athletes, and business billionaires. I mean, I could tell you if there's 13 billionaires that I know that started from nothing, that had dirt poor, and they're like the 13 richest people on the planet, because they had a focus and a passion and momentum, and made decisions and took action on those decisions to get there. And that's all it takes. But again, there's a lot of people that are maybe a hobbyist musician, or they've reached a certain point. Maybe they just got divorced. They're not feeling real great about themselves. They're playing with the same people all the time. It's really not moving forward. They're not getting enough work. There's so many different ways to get yourself out there and jack that up so that you're getting a nice income. I have many sources of income through music because I worked at setting those up. Once they set up, they kind of self-propel themselves, and you just maintain them. And it's really a cool thing. And again, when you have success around you and you are successful, success leaves clues, and you have to look for those clues. So again, if you want to get from point A to point B with your music, you want to get your music out there, you want to create an income stream for yourself. You don't want to be running around spending tons of money on gas, playing with all these different bands for peanuts. You want to make some real money. I can help get you there. So go to musician to success, musician blueprint to success.com, and submit the form. We can free consultation. There's 3 modules. You can pay for those individually, or there's what I call the platinum package, and you save almost 50%. And you do those 3, and then if you want to continue with me coaching you, then we go ahead and design a growth plan for you, individual for you, and I hold you accountable to that, and we just move forward with that. And whenever you're ready to spread your wings and move on and get things going on your own, that's great. And then you're on your way. So you have to realize that music is an industry. And again, we're all souls and human beings. We're all equal in that way. But in the marketplace, we're not. And you want to make yourself unequal in a good way. You want to stand out and dominate the market. There are just things like even entitling things that I can tell you. I remember on one site, I just had the name of the band and the word wedding in there. And then I found out on this particular site that 89% of people that were typing in these other words. And I thought, whoa, they're not putting in wedding, they're putting in these other words. So I took those other words and I put them at the beginning of the title of the band. And then all of a sudden, 10 times as many leads were coming my way, because that's what people are typing in. So again, it's using the technology. There's technology out there now that wasn't there before. A lot of it's free or almost free, costs very little. I can show you how to market yourself to terrestrial radio, online radio, blogs, get yourself out there to radio programmers, get the music out there if that's what you want to do, to start getting airplay, start getting royalties on your music if you want to get performance work. I show you how to do that, separate yourself from the rest of the crowd, market yourself. And selling and marketing may seem like a daunting thing to do, or maybe you're an introverted person. Oh, I'm not, really into talking with people, this and that. There's so many other ways to get yourself out there online now that doesn't take all that, and again, most of the decisions you make based on fear are going to be the wrong decision. Some people say, oh, I can't do this, or I can't afford to do that, or I don't want to pay to do this or that. Well, those are all excuses. And they're just, 5 years from now, you're going to go, shoot, I wonder if I should have took that course, those modules from James Morgan, the Ghost Jazz Trio. I wonder if I would have done that, where I'd be today. It's really about just making a decision. And if it makes a decision, you make a decision and it doesn't work for you, you try make a decision about another path. But I will tell you, learning from somebody, having somebody coach you that's already been through it and made the mistakes and had what they call failed at certain places, and then overcome those fails just to keep going. And that didn't work, I tried something else. That didn't work, I tried something else. You just keep trying it. And that's how you become successful. That's what separates success from non-success. If you want to just plod along and do what you're doing, that's great. Enjoy yourself. But I'm looking specifically for people that want to that are motivated to enrich their life, get their life to another level, get their music to another level, because it all syncs together. Philosophy and strategy work hand in hand, and being tactful. The tactics to make it happen. So there's a lot of tricks out there, a lot of things, and there's a lot of programs out there that are probably offering things. Again, it's just a matter of making a decision and doing it. I did want to also add that the Ghost Jazz Trio will be performing August 20th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Mission Bay Beach Club in San Diego, California. And we're going to be performing on the outdoor stage overlooking the beautiful Mission Bay. Tons of tables and chairs there, beautiful snack bar, vegan food, coffees, drinks. Sometimes they have an avocado hut there. They make those avocado sandwich toast things. And it's outdoors. I'm going to have Jack Nathan on drums, of course. On bass will be David Isaac, really good bass player. A young cat, and then another keyboardist, piano prodigy actually, is Chase Pato. He was on my last two albums, the On the Level album and also Dreams Above, which is currently out. My single is out right now, my second single from the new album. It's called Lightness, and you can find it on all streaming platforms. And also Siri or Alexa, ask them to play it. And it's on smoothjazz.com global radio. It did debut in the top 100 in the charts, and it's doing really well. So that's nice. But come on down to the Mission Bay Beach Club Saturday, August 20th. Check out the band. And we'll be playing songs from all three albums. Some nice covers. We do a Pat Metheny song called Phase Dance. We do Kenny Burrell's song, Midnight Blue, and then the originals, of course. Should be a lot of fun. Summer's almost ending. It's come September. So get out and see some live music. Come on down. I know that you can get free general admission tickets on eventbrite.com. It's good even when they're free, because it gives us an idea of how many are going to show up, so that the venue is prepared with the right number of employees and a food product and all that. So it looks like about 150 tickets have already been ordered. So you can go to eventbrite.com and do that. And if you want to leave any comments on the video, you're welcome to. Contact information. Again, you can go to the website and start taking action today and getting yourself moving forward. And, all the information's here. It's just waiting for you to tap into and then take action on. All right. So wish everybody a rest of their Sunday, a great Sunday, and have a great week. Talk to everybody soon.